and welcome to DC Daily. We've chartered the invisible jet for a trip down to the 50th annual San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah!
And we're bringing you the most important DC news all weekend long. And what better to start with than the brand new DC Warner Brothers mega booth
Yo.
we are in right now.
This is
what do you guys
huge.
think?
It's crazy
awesome.
huge. Yeah.
Enormous.
Yeah.
This is so freaking cool. There's so much to see. Lots of costumes, specifically from the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, which is super, super fun. You'll even recognize some of them from our DC Daily set, including Catwoman's suit and the Bat Pod. We have, what else? Ra's al Ghul is there. We have Lucius Fox and his very cool khakis.
Very dapper, very dapper, yep.
We also have
I love the photo ops at Comic-Con, and you can see right behind me the Harley Quinn activation. You can take photos with Harley and Poison Ivy, and then you can get a little tour through Arkham Asylum, and you get on the little phones and you look through the peepholes, and it's so cool. There's already a line over there. I think it's going to be one of the ones that people are going to be waiting for every day here at Comic-Con.
Comic-Con comes once a year, right? So you gotta look fresh, right? You gotta look fresh to death, which is why I was super excited to see these Converse Batman shoes at the booth. Look how dope this is. These are so cool. And there's also a Bait collaboration. There's a Bait Batman t-shirt, Bait Bat shirt, which looks super cool. And we also have the first look at the AT&T exclusive DC merch, which looks so, so cool.
So there is so much to do here at the booth, but fans can get their DC fix all over the convention floor, especially if they want to celebrate Batman's 80th birthday.
Of course.
Yes. Love it.
I'm so pumped for this because not only do I get to host a Batman panel here at Comic-Con,
Very cool.
but there is an epic Lego setup that you can see a Batman cover in celebration of the 80th. You get to pose in it, so it's almost like you're on the cover. And also, guys,
Whoa, no way. Look at
Comic-Con
that.
exclusive.
Whoa, that
Batman
is so
80th
cool.
Gotham City. I want
Amazing.
this. I'm gonna just.
Yeah, just
You didn't see this on the show.
No.
Edit that out. Yeah, it doesn't happen.
There also, though, if you make your way over to the Mattel booth, you can take a picture with the Bat Signal.
You know I love a photo op.
You love a photo op. You love a photo op.
And this guy.
Wow.
The Silver Age 4
This is so
package
cool.
featuring Rainbow Batman, my fave.
Zebra Batman.
Yeah.
Rip
That
Van
is
Winkle
so
Batman with the
cool.
beard.
You just had the what up me. I'm like, photo op, and here's my little Lego box. And you're like, photo op, and my bigger Batman
Much
box.
bigger. And this is as big as it gets, right?
I'm gonna have to disagree with your detective work there, Dallin, because I stumbled on something super cool right on the other side of this booth. This is what Comic-Con is all about, stumbling onto something absolutely mind-blowing. And they have these life-size statues of DC Comics characters, but mixed with ancient Chinese warrior style. There's a brand new line of collectible figures called Imperial Palace. These figures look so absolutely badass. I loved seeing them.
You say life size, but I got a little glance at them. They seem way bigger than just life size.
Well, they're life size of some of us who are taller than 5'9".
Oh, what are you, like 5'9" and a half?
I don't know what you're
5'9"
talking about. You know what?
With the hair.
This part right here.
Listen,
love
okay,
you.
so yes, obviously we like things that come in big packages, but sometimes the coolest things come in baby packages.
Oh.
Like this adorable Funko Pop where
Yeah.
Batman, he's just like us, has his little San Diego Comic-Con shopping bag.
He's shopping.
I've never related more to Batman.
Batman be shopping.
in my life.
Yeah.
And also,
True.
Batman be shopping.
Batman be shopping.
There's also the Batman 80 teal chrome Batman, which is shiny.
Yeah.
I want it all. I want all of it.
I love chrome this time of year.
But it wouldn't be Comic-Con without comics. And DC has some exclusive variants for fans. Sam, what is the deal with those?
Yo, check these out. Oh, wait, you got some variants. You got variants. These variants are available at the Graffiti Designs booth. I love the way they do the variants every year at
So
Comic-Con. You can come, you can try and collect them all, try to get a complete set.
Yeah.
Highly, highly collectible. You gotta get there early because they do go fast.
It's really nice of you to go collect all these for us.
Oh, you're
and
very
share
welcome.
them.
You're welcome. Happy Comic-Con.
The con is operating at full power today, but Warner Brothers TV kicked things off with some exclusive screenings last night.
We're all excited. We love our WB
Very
TV
excited.
shows.
Yeah.
But Batwoman.
Yes!
This is something that, I mean, Ruby Rose looks incredible in this role, and this is something that fans have been looking forward to since it was announced, obviously. I think the anticipation might even be a little bit higher than normal, which is very, very, very exciting. She didn't get to have all of the fun because Pennyworth also screamed.
Yes.
So this is, we talked about the trailer on DC Daily just a few weeks back. It looks action-packed, so cool, so slick.
Yes.
Very stylized.
Yeah,
Very
super
classy.
stylized, very classy.
But that's not all. On top of the TV screenings, we've already got some movie news this week.
Already.
So when this comic came out, The Kitchen, a while ago, I flipped over it because I think it's so fantastic. And then casting news came out. Melissa McCarthy, Tiffany Haddish, and then of course Elizabeth Moss.
Yes.
This trailer blew me away. I am so excited to see it. How do you guys feel?
It's such a great book. Ollie Masters, Ming Doyle. I love their team up. I'm so excited to see this in a big way on the big screen.
I love that they're doing it because there's so many different kinds of stories you can do. Like all of us, we love our capes and tights, but there's so many other kinds of stories you can tell, and this one making it to the big screen is so neat. I can't wait to see
With
this.
respect to the casting, I personally love it when we get to see comedians go outside of that box, and these women that are front and center are at the top of their game. So it's not only a very cool stretch for them, but as an audience, I think we're going to
You might say it's a Justice League of actors.
You
might say that. I do feel like though when it's like people that you haven't seen them do a specific thing, you don't have an expectation, so it's like they can blow you away even more. It's kind of how I feel with Pennyworth, where I'm like, we don't know what that story is going to be, so I'm going in kind of more blank slate, and I feel like both of these things are going to completely blow me
And
away.
the story of The Kitchen is all those women having to figure out what they have inside and step into new roles. It's going to be great. I'm very
Dark
excited.
and badass.
Yeah.
But that's some of the action going down inside the convention center. But DC's pièce de résistance this year is the Batman Experience, powered by AT&T at the Comic-Con Museum. Last night, Batman became the first inductee to the Comic-Con Museum Character Hall of Fame, and we sent our very own Sam Levine to check out the Caped Crusaders' big night. Here's what happened.
I'm here at the Batman Experience, powered by AT&T at the Comic-Con Museum. And with 68,000 square feet dedicated to the world's greatest detective, the scope of this installation is truly beyond words. DC and AT&T pulled out all the stops to make this exhibit as immersive and interactive as possible. There's an entire area of the museum built in the style of the Batcave, where you can play current and classic Batman video games until your fingers cramp up. Plus, you can unleash your inner crime fighter in the Rogues Gallery Rumble. This is the perfect place to let out all your pent-up stress. And it's designed to make you feel like you've been transported into an episode of the 1960s Batman TV series. This is exhausting! With all the interactive exhibits to explore, it's easy to forget that you're in a museum. But the Batman Experience houses the largest collection of Batman props, costumes, and vehicles ever. The opportunity to see this much DC memorabilia in one place is totally overwhelming, not to mention extremely rare. This thing is a must-see, but don't take it from me.
What's the first thing I see? The big duck. How can you miss the big duck? And to see that prop here as be part of all these things, and now I'm getting a chance to see some of the Batmobiles, bat signals. It's a wonderful thing to see, but it's fun to see it integrated with a lot of the comic book stuff too, because the comic stuff is the place where it started. So everybody should know about where it began, saw what the source inspiration is, and then ultimately see how it's made its way to film and TV. Batman is one of the most adaptable characters that we've ever had. He's been able to move with the times, change with the times. At the core, it's something that is, I think, eternal.
AT&T was so excited to partner with DC on a way to celebrate Batman's 80th. I hope people experience what I had the moment I walked in, which is that wow factor. The costumes and the props and the cars and just all of the greatness that is just so iconic to Batman. And, you know, if part of that is the connections that technology brings and how AT&T is a small way of powering that, I mean, that would be ideal. But just the fandom and the celebration, I think, is number one.
The experience also gives you a glimpse into the Dark Knight's future, thanks to a 6-foot-tall Batman black and white statue. It's designed by comic book legend and real-life toy man Todd McFarlane.
I just saw it today when I walked in there. I mean, they told me there was going to be a big one. And in my mind, I went, wow, if they do the cape as big as I know they're going to, this thing's going to be huge.
Why does Batman have to be 6 feet tall? Couldn't he be like 5'4", 5'5".
He really isn't that big. It just looks that big on camera, right? Just like all the actors in Hollywood. They all look like they're 6'1", 6'2" until you meet them.
Yeah.
So if you were to actually meet him in real person, he'd only be like 5'7", 5'8". He's probably putting an inch on his stats anyway.
Okay.
So just sort of the magic of Hollywood.
So Todd, what's your favorite thing about Batman?
Unlike Superman, who has all the superpowers, it's easy to basically have bullets bounce off you.
Jim Lee. Excuse me.
Bruce Wayne doesn't have any superpowers.
We need that. Thank you. I caught up with Jim Lee at the death-defying centerpiece of the Batman experience, The Dark Knight Dive.
I've jumped out of planes before in real life, but I've never done it with the VR goggles on. And so that's a little terrifying because you can't see, but then when you look out, you're seeing Gotham City, so you actually feel super comfortable.
I have to go do that thing.
Nice.
Do you have any advice for me?
So your natural instinct is going to tighten up because you're going to be anxious, and so all your muscles are going to tighten up. But the best thing to do is actually relax. And then the most important thing is to keep your chin up. And you definitely feel like you're flying through the streets and at very high speeds. It was really a lot of fun.
Yeah, I am not doing that. I needed to take a breather because the main event was about to begin. Batman became the very first inductee into the Comic-Con Museum's Character Hall of Fame.
Men and women, girls and boys, no matter the age, no matter where you come from, Batman is a hero for all.
Once he becomes Batman, he devotes every waking moment to putting himself at risk for the safety of others, for strangers.
Batman works his way into all aspects of your life, and not knowing it then, only being a young kid, I was a Batman fan for life from that moment forward.
And to accept the award on behalf of Batman's fans and Batman's induction into the Comic-Con Museum's Character Hall of Fame, please welcome to the stage acclaimed comic artist and DC's Chief Creative Officer and Publisher, Mr. Jim Lee.
He never steps up out of the shadows to claim credit or glory. And so on a night like this, we choose to honor Batman ourselves, to celebrate the ideals he represents. And if you look around, you will surely see him here among us. Thank you, and long live the Bat.
The Cape Crusader has assumed his place in the Comic-Con Museum's Character Hall of Fame, and all is right with the world. The Batman Experience, powered by AT&T, is open to the public all weekend long, so if you're in San Diego, come check it out. 80 years in, and you can't deny that Batman remains on top of the comic book world.
Thanks, Sam. Gotta say, the wind-blown look really suits you.
Very fancy.
Absolutely.
This is only day one, you guys. What else
I can't
are you
believe
looking
it.
forward to this weekend?
I cannot wait for Saturday night. It's the DC Universe. Raise your hand if you love DC Universe. Oh yeah, absolutely. The DC Universe panel. I have been trying to figure out what they're going to reveal. Nobody will tell me. I just know there's going to be footage, there's going to be news, there's going to be special guests.
Because they know if they told you, you'd come on the show and be like,
I
hey guys,
would
guess what's
blab it right
happening?
out on camera. And hey, if you love DC Daily, let me hear you scream, yo! The DC Daily panel, all y'all know this, is tomorrow morning. We're going to have so much fun. I mean, we're just going to crush it, I think. We're going to slam dunk it. Yeah.
I'm super pumped. The other thing I'm really excited about is there's always a animated Warner Brothers movie that we get to see. And this year is Batman Hush! I'm so excited. I can't wait to see it. It's premiering here on Friday. I know everybody gets really super pumped for those, and they always have a great panel that goes along with it too.
I cannot wait to see this movie. I saw that trailer and it looked so cool. It's one of the best Batman stories of all time.
It's so good.
It's friggin' Hush!
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you all know that I love a brunch.
Yes.
And you also know that I love yachts.
I knew that too.
I did not know that about you.
All right, well, now you know. And now that you know, DC Universe, the member brunch on the yacht
Yacht
on Friday.
brunch.
I am looking forward to it if I am late to our panel.
mimosa, maybe, but I will get there. I will get there.
Bring a croissant.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly. A Belgian waffle.
I expect
would love to.
everyone to just come from the yacht, mimosas in hand, for the
Absolutely.
entire panel.
I'll be wearing my Admiral jacket.
Mimosas, FOMOSas, whatever, however you want to roll.
Whatever, no judging, but
Enjoy yourself.
as long as there's a mosa.
Exactly.
As usual, DC is running a massive Comic-Con sweepstakes with enough exclusive SDCC swag to fill a DC Universe member yacht.
A whole yacht.
That's
I
a lot
do
of
love
swag.
a yacht.
For
That's a
your
lot of
chance to
swag.
win, head over to instantsuperfan.com.
Now, can I win the yacht? Is the yacht up for
You
grabs?
gotta go check the details.
All right.
You'd have to be Bruce Wayne to get the yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it goes to Clark. We're not sure.
I like that one better.
That's the news for now. And to play us out, here is a special video honoring 80 years of The Dark Knight that debuted at last night's induction ceremony. See you guys tomorrow.
Goodbye from Comic-Con.